My name is Karen Gonzalez,
And I'm Andres Diaz.
and we're going to talk about jewelry design. First, we are going to talk about the industrial design in general, then of jewelry. Then we're going to introduce you three great
Designers and their companies present some of their products, and at last we're going to talk. We will conclude everything.
First, what is industrial design? Industrial design is the creation of products that either solve a problem or optimize a function.
But well, industrial design looks for solving. Kuri, please. And well, it helps to solve certain problems that we have while having style. Like it wants to improve our lives aesthetically. Also, I know you understand, but yeah.
It is designed for a client or for an objective, and it has some requirements, and this product should be fulfilling these characteristics.
Well, we are going to talk about specifically jewelry design, and well, this includes necklaces,
earrings, rings,
bracelets, and watches.
Well, jewelry design has been around since a long time ago. If you see, the Egyptians had some jewelry. This is a picture of an Egyptian necklace. And also nowadays we still are using jewelry. So it is something that will never fade, because it
is a important part of our lives, even though we actually don't need it. But it's really important to us, like looking good and all of these things. So that's why we chose this, and right now we're going to explain what goes on in jewelry design.
A jewelry designer must have the architectural and functional knowledge of the materials, to know what they are working with. For example, a diamond or gold or silver or any other material.
Know that their characteristics and how they bond with other materials, how they can shape them and transform them into different types of products. And
the fabrication techniques, like how to bond them together and make a composition with that elements. Also to make them wearable, that people will actually use them and buy them. So it's like a component.
Yeah, it's really complex. Like you may think it like really easy, but it actually isn't. Like you have this piece of rope, you have to know how to shape them, how to make them into a comfortable way for the user, and while it's still looking good. And well, this requires a lot of knowledge and a lot of imagination for designers.
Also, they have to be with the trending fashion, so people will actually buy it.
And although in this type, like, well, for me, I believe it's like you have to be according to the period of time, but also like not, well, you have to make them wearable throughout ages. For example, there are a lot of necklaces that were made like hundreds of years ago, and that can be still used now and still look good. And I think that's a really important part.
Yes.
For you.
Complementing what Andres said, for example, this necklace of the right is not from now, it's from some decades past, but it still can be wearable, so it's completely
Long lasting.
yes, long lasting. Thank you.
Transcending.
Transcending. Yeah, great.
Well, first of all, we're going to start off with Louis Cartier, and I'm sure all of you know Cartier, the mark. Well, he was a
French.
Yeah.
He was primarily a businessman, but still he was a watchmaker. He was born in Paris, in France, in 1875 and died in 1942.
Well, he really liked watches, and he wasn't the first one to actually make the wristwatch, but he knew when he saw them, he knew that it was the future, and with his designs and his quality products, he helped popularize this product. And also, this is the story of, no, that's complete, not complete. Of his son and his grandsons helped him build his company, and each one make them their unique styles, and will help expand the company to a lot of places.
I assume that everyone knows Cartier.
Yes.
Like, it's one of the most famous brands of jewelry.
Classic.
Cla-
Well, yeah, what I said, like his grandsons and his son, they traveled a lot. After Louis have established his shop in Paris, his children went to explore new places and new traditions, and they, for example, Pierre and Louis, went to Russia, and in there, inspired by their designs of the Tsars and all of these people, they realized that they gained inspiration to make their own products based on this design, and it was then that they created this relationship with the Russian aristocracy because of their designs. And for example, this tiara is an example of a Russian a Russian thing. I don't know how to explain it, like a Russian like influenced product. And the same happened with the English royalty. The other grandson, while they were in Russia, he went into England, and they established a connection with the royal family in England. And then they expanded themselves to since India was part of like the English empire, they established a connection with them too, and a connection with Indian princesses, and they created new products based on their design. And this was the first wristwatch made for men, and the story behind this goes that Cartier had this friend who was a pilot, an experimental pilot, and for when he was in flight, he needed a watch, but like the pocket watches weren't useful for flying, so he asked his friend Cartier for a watch, so he created the Santos, and this watch it's still in production. Maybe the style is different, but it's the same watch, the same name and the same quality, the same pieces, and there are still a lot of design based on this watch.
So as we said at the beginning, this watch is completely wearable and lasting, and also a lot of watchmakers but inspire themselves and their designs in this watch. For example, if you go to any store, you will see at least, I don't know, some of these style watches, like squared.
And these are another important design of watches. And first, these all of these, the Santos, the Tank, the Tourneau, the Torture watch, are like the main components of like they were the starting points for all the other watches. So the other watches are just like branches of these watches. Just they are just a little bit different, and well, the materials they usually use are silver, gold, diamonds, and leather, actually, and steel. That are the main components of all of these watches.
So
And this is what they are making now.
So as you can see, there's like similarity in the Tourneau watch as in the top one, but instead of being like ovalish, it's completely round. So there are a lot of variations, and like the watch have evolved through time, but it still can be completely like it's still wearable, and in 10 years or more it will be still wearable. So also Cartier has a lot of collections as Pantier de Cartier. This is like one of the most famous Cartier's collections, and it's based on a Pantier. And this, for example, it's a ring, and it's 18 karat gold, yellow gold and black lacquer, and it's like very, very expensive. So it's completely and it's mostly for rich people. For example, if you see, for example, how do you that
Actresses?
and yes,
Kings?
well, kings and how do you
Aristocracy?
no, the ones are
Arabs.
Arabs, but Heke.
Ah,
Those ones are like their hands are full of this.
yeah, of course. All of these products are made for like the upper class.
Yes. And also a Paris Nouvelle Vague, that it's another collection. And this is the bracelet is the Paris Nouvelle Vague. And I think these two pieces are very incredible, so that's why I put them, because it shows how much jewelry can be, like how much expensive and extravagant and decorative jewels can be. So now we're going to talk about Harry Winston. He's an American jeweler and he was born in 1896. And I read a small story about him that when he was 12 years old, he was the son of a watchmaker, and he had a store. So he was walking and he saw a pawn store and he entered, and then he saw a 2-carat emerald and realized that it was valuable. So then he bought it, and he bought it for 25 cents. And then later on he sold it on $800.
Whoa.
So it's like he had that like
Talent.
ability of noticing good things, and he was a great dealer.
And he was often called King of Diamonds or Jeweler of the Stars. And you might imagine like
Why?
its products. Well, he was actually the first to lend diamonds to an actress for Academy Awards, and well, he also established a connection with a lot of important people. For example, the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, and they actually called him, and they purchased several designs, which include this diamond, this necklace. And well, they actually call his designs like incredible. They love their designs, and that's why they call him. And after a while, the company donated the Hope Diamond to the Smithsonian Museum, and that's the
The blue one.
blue. Yeah. So, this Henry. Yeah. Well.
No, Harry Winston.
Harry Winston had this idea that the gemstone, like for a product to be made, the steel or the metal pieces should not form the design. It should be the other way, like the rock, the gemstone is actually the design, and it should be respected, and the design should be made out of the
For example, in these earrings, you can see that like the diamond or gem is oval, like leaf form, and that's like the design he created. Like he just placed it in a completely good, like in strategic way. So the gem itself will do all the work. And also in this ring, it's circular, and the other, like it's not modified. It's just there and placed in a spot that it will be completely, like it wouldn't be wasted any like space or room.
And the company started by just yearly, but then in 1989 he presented the first collection of watches. After a while, he presented in 2001. He introduces the Opus series, which is a really popular set of watches that are still made today. I think they are right now at like the 16th model, something like that.
These are some other pieces.
Well, he was the first one to make a watch with Cerium, which is synchronium, alloy metal synchronium. And well, in 2013 he acquires the Legacy Diamond, which is the one in the left, and it's 100 and something carats. So it's like really impressive, and that's a huge accomplishment of him. And well, in 2014 he acquires a Winston Blue, which is like this big, but its behavior and its color make it rare. Sorry, rare.
Then we're going to talk about Ulysse Chopard. He was a Swiss watchmaker, and he came from a family of farmers. But then his father encouraged him and his other sons to become watchmakers, because that's in that time that was the money income. Like the ones that got more money were the watchmakers. And then after some time learning that trade, at age of 24 he created a LUC manufacturing company in Switzerland. And now that company has developed and became what today is Chopard. And this is like distinguished for luxury and exclusivity. The pocket watch is one of the first of that he made, and as you can see here, it says Luke. That is the first name of the company, and then there is the Imperial Chrono 40 watch that is from nowadays. Sorry.
We need to wrap it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is another necklace that I like a lot, and it's gold and platinum. He has a lot of connections of collections, and that necklace is very pretty. Yes. And also he gives jewelry to the awards and red carpet. Yes.
And well, all of these designers, they started up by themselves by creating either watches or jewelry, and well, they made such an impact in the world that the company, their name, have kept going on and are still going on today, and that's its legacy. They started off this making a watch, and right now they are one of the biggest watches company or jewelry companies in the world.
So to wrap it up, these these are great, and everybody's happy with these designs, and everybody tries to imitate, and it's great. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.